me again. Now, last time we tried fitting all that mess to give that CarPlay. Now, somebody on the forums put me onto a new stereo, because the Android one that everyone seems to want to buy, even though it's shit, is actually quite hard to get for that one now. All the links I had before, now they stopped working as well. So now we've got lots of noise. This one, now I know you're thinking, it's exactly the fucking same. What are you talking about? And yeah, at first glance, it does actually look exactly the same, but it's not, because this one's actually got on the screen at the bottom there a bigger screen, on the screen up there bigger screen. And although on the standard one this black bit and this silver bit are two different parts, although this looks like two different parts, it's actually very, very nicely moulded. And on the back of this, instead of having what you'd normally expect, we've now got what you normally expect on the back of a cheap Chinese stereo. This is obviously designed to replace that. When I bought this, I actually got a message from the AliExpress buyer. I'll leave a link in the description. Yeah, I got a message from him through WhatsApp asking if I can send a photograph of my stereo to ensure that it's the right one. So I did. I sent it out, and it actually took about a week and a half to turn up. This is all well and good. This is not a cheap stereo. So if you're hoping for one of those crappy £150 Android pieces of shit that other people are selling, this is not it. Because if you want Apple CarPlay, you have to have the 4 at least. They do a 1 and 2. Yeah, so you have to have 4 gig above, not the 1, not the 2. That won't do it. So I bought the cheapest one. Now the good thing about this is you're going to have problems getting it wrong, because all these connections, you've got loads of stuff in this box. I'll show them there. You've got a 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 14. Like, you cannot get it wrong. You cannot put the wrong one in the wrong one unless you're a total fucking mong. I was quite surprised to see the TomTom sort of thing you'd normally get in his stereos. So that's quite unusual. And this is another thing that surprised me. Now that looks very, very similar to the Pioneer connector. Anyway, yeah, so you've got a CAN bus decoder and associated wiring. Surprisingly, one thing that I thought was interesting is this bit. It says push. Right, push it, flick it open, SIM card. So this thing can actually have, I'm assuming it's probably just only 4G, you don't really need 5G, but yeah, 4G without needing a phone. So yeah, we've got all the wiring. Go over there. GPS aerial. That's the aerial for probably FM or DAB, possibly. I think you might have an FM adapter in there, actually. I imagine that's probably for auxiliary videos in and out and that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, there you go. That connects to your existing FM, and that is your standard USB-A for charging, I suppose. So let's have a little closer look at that, because I thought, when I saw the photograph of this, I thought it was going to be a case of they were going to make you reuse the buttons you've got, because, you know, that's not exactly the easiest thing to do, you know, copy this sort of stuff. It's got the same sort of feel to it, so they've obviously copied it well. Yeah, and I really thought you were going to have to take that out, put it in there, but nope, it's all part of it. And literally, all you have to do is it's got hooks at the top, so you hook it in and then push it down. And we're presuming then that that's a little clip, that'll clip in there, that's a little clip, that'll clip in. Guessing that'll probably clip in as well, maybe, I don't know. So we've got the 4G, now why would it, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so that little aerial there, the little flap, just show it, Kane, it's so much easier. This one, that's actually for 4G. And that connects to that one there. Obviously, you'll need to connect that one, and you'll need a SIM card in the little SIM card holder thing. You've got GPS aerial, you've got standard FM. You probably won't need that. It's a nice afterthought, but not really necessary. As many of these as you need to plug in, and then that's it, you're done. And the good thing is, that one we tried last time with a big old box, there isn't a big old box, it's just wires. So I'm feeling a lot more hopeful about actually having enough room to fit this behind the dashboard. So yeah, we'll give it a go. Hang on a second. Right, I'm going to fast through all this because you've seen this crap before. Go, catch it, fingernails. Yeah, looking at it now, you've got the clip there, and they'll go into those. These are a little bit violent, so make sure you definitely want to send it home before you clip those in. Right, that's the old radio unit. Don't need that. Right, this is the new wiring. That's the 6 that goes into, surprise, surprise, the 6. That's the main power. Okay. What else we got? I'm going to go full bare minimum installation on this one. It is just for testing. I was a little concerned by the fact they give you a rear view camera, and it's obviously meant for some of those other connectors they give you, but a bit of a shame really, because the original camera is on that. It doesn't look like it's going to pick that up. And there's nothing to say that we can't, depending on, of course, if we find the right wiring. Yeah, there's no reason why we can't take that. That goes into that. You run that down the car, and that goes into that, and that's your camera. But since we already have a camera in this one, there's nothing to say that you couldn't cut that off, pull these pins out, and actually connect the proper camera to that. I'm not going to, but you could. What other connections we got? This one has got a microphone, amp, audio out left, audio out right, and the SIM card holder. It's the GPS serial. Actually, what I will do, I do it marginally properly. Yeah, I mean, it's not quite right, is it? Because that's supposed to be in there, but you know what I mean. Do I own keys for this car? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Take it off. Let's get it turned on. We've definitely got stuff. Google navigation, that's unusual. Obviously it's not picking anything up because I haven't got anything actually attached to it, so it's not going to pick up any data. Do we give it a go with the 4G antenna? I go and get myself a SIM card. Yeah, for the sake of testing, hang on. Well, there actually seems to be USBs. One with a 4, one with a 6. That one looks like it's going to be USB-C, so probably a faster charging, should you need that. Right, I'm going to connect up. I've already connected up the GPS, the 4G antenna, and I'm going to attach the larger of the several connections, because that's got the microphone. Again, I'm not going to run it, but you can put it wherever you like, up your bum if you want. So that will go there, that plug in there. Yeah, I'm just going to go and get a SIM card to put in that. We'll give that a little go. Oh, I've got my little SIM. I think my SIM card is far too small for that. Somewhat rattling around. Right, so you need a mini SIM instead of a micro SIM. So yeah, we can't test that. I'll tell you what though, the screen resolution is really good. So much better than the old one. I'll need to connect to my phone, I think, and also Wi-Fi. Display. Wallpapers. None of. We've got themes. Car battery level. Let's display that. Nice. Actually comes up in the top corner. 14.5 volts. Phone battery level. Display that. We'll actually get round to that part anyway. Right, show temperature. Air conditioning display. Show that for 4 seconds. Door display, that will show it front room open or closed. Okay, put that on. Right, Bluetooth. Now I think I'm going to have to move over to my iPad, because as soon as I connect this phone, it's going to stop recording. I can guarantee it. Right, so hang on a second. Right, we've moved over to the iPad. There you go. It says device name CarKit_Blink. You go to Bluetooth. There it is. Select. And it says pin password 0 0 0 0 0. Pair. Oh. Don't strike me. That's connected to my phone. Right, I plugged the FM audio into the white connector. Now we're in a pretty bad area for reception, but that sounds alright. Back to trying to make CarPlay work. Okay, worked it out. Need to go to apps, T5 link, and then you've got to make sure that in general, yeah, CarPlay, CarKit link, get that connected. You remember the code from last time, 0000 pair. Right, that's connected. Back out, pair success. You need to go apps, T5 link. There you go. Please connect your phone to this device. Pops up here. Use CarPlay. Use CarPlay. Thinking about it. CarPlay.
Sounds like he has
Magic. Classic rock. Okay, I will. There you go. 11.
classic rock. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna get blurred. Nice. The screen is actually really quite nice. It's very responsive, and the quality, like the resolution, is really, really good. Talkie radio.
Do you like the sound
Yeah,
of
you're
work
talking.
that has plenty of lifelong skills?
Yeah, I've got to say, out of all of them, that's nice and easy to fit.
Where you feel part of a team.
And yeah, the quality is really good.
Makes a big
I'll
difference.
try and get in as close as possible.
Do something big. Work with small children. Search early years careers to find out more.
That's nice and close, and just about see the pixels. And click on the car, takes you back to that. Yeah, we definitely had issues with this on one of the other ones, I'm sure. Yeah, it works. I honestly can't get past how good that screen is. You know, the colours are nice and vibrant. Compared to the standard screen, looks like it's got double the pixels. So it wouldn't surprise me if this actually stays in this car. It does mean I have to throw a few more of these things in. I'm going to have to attach a reversing camera up anyway. But yeah, so far, definitely by far the best one. Recommended. It's just a shame that the actual seller has opted out of affiliate links. So unfortunately, I don't know how many of these he sells through me. I'm not going to earn a fucking penny out of it, which is a shame. Right, some extras for you. Open the door. Oh, that door's open. Open this door. Oh, look, that door's open. And what about... Yeah, so that's showing the speed. Ooh. Oh my god! That's quite cool as well. I've set it to 22 degrees. It actually says in there 22 degrees. So I'll set it down 21 degrees. Yeah, 21 degrees. Set up to maximum. High. Oh, high. Set it down to minimum. Low. It shows AC on, AC off. Auto. Should even show. It shows recirculation. Doesn't show the rear screen heating. Yeah, that doesn't actually show all the way up to the top because there's not enough settings. And what about something like heated seats? Yeah, it's not that clever. Yeah, so it's got some functions on it. You know, I'm not sure how handy that is because obviously you know what you're doing because it's right there. But if you like things that pop up like that, it might even show you with the boot's open. Hang on. Well, it doesn't tell you about the rear doors being open, but then you might only fall two, so it won't have rear doors. And it doesn't tell you about the boot being open either. Boot open. No. It's always worth checking, see what happens when you put it in reverse. So, reverse. There goes black. It's obviously looking for that connection. No video signal. So yeah, it should be fairly easy to connect that. Is that something we do? I think that's something we do. Right, it's been some days. I had a look at these. I actually found a wiring diagram for these. It's not exactly for that, but it seems that a lot of the Android stereos have the same layout. So I'll stick it on the screen if you want to pause it and look at it. Remember last time we were checking these, because I thought one of these might have been the reversing. Actually, one is for Bluetooth aerial, one's for Wi-Fi aerial, so that's no good. But there is that connection there that I've just above the black wire. That is 12 volt output when in reverse. So if you really wanted to, and you had a, you know, some of these spare connections you might not use, you could always whip one of those out and use it. But since it's on there, I would use it on that connection there. Come on, manufacturer, you could have done better than that. I thought, you know, we've got the camera, we've got the connector, we've got this part that plugs in, you know, that part plugs into the back of that. That's the signal. Obviously it needs power to the camera. So I thought, that's okay. This connector here that normally goes to the standard screen. These four connectors here are the red one is the signal, yellow is the minus, white is the plus, or brown white. Grey one, well, that's black there, is the shield. Could quite easily have just made a plug that went from that straight into there. That would have taken the signal straight from there into that, the power from there into there, and it would work straight away. But instead, we've got the camera, that's the signal and the shield, and the power, and it just goes off to empty wires. So you'd have to presume then that that's 12 volts. I've got my fluke here, little multimeter. I could just make it easy. Right, you've got options. You know, you can cut these wires if you really wanted to. I'm not really a fan of doing that. I'd much rather have a proper adapter. So you need the other end of that, which is the same as the other end, well, the same as that, which to me looks like T connectivity 1379681-1. If we look at the drawing, you know, that and that looks to be exactly the same. Ideally you want one like this, it's got the wires coming out the other end of it, and that looks like that's the sort of thing we want. So ideally we want one of those and 4 terminals that we can connect wires to. Right, and also to go with that you will need, as far as I can tell, 1674742-1, which should be the terminals that go inside of it. And we only need 4. Yeah, so the total is 1631 before that. But obviously they're going to charge you 10 quid just to touch their products, you know, because they're that important. Then they're going to charge you 16 quid just to ship it to you. So I mean, cool, 10 of those and 40 of those, you know, that's barely going to fit in a small jiffy bag. That's going to, they better turn up on a fucking pallet for that much. Yeah, plus VAT, 50 fucking quid. Fucking piss takers. Never guessed that. I'd have guessed 5 or 12, but that's a bit of a pain. So really, we do need to take the power from that. So that does mean we now have to wait for delivery from America for the proper connectors. Right, here's the problem with the existing reversing camera. It runs on 6 volts. Now the issue being that 6 volts comes out of the original screen. Now obviously you're not going to have that screen connected. So once you've disconnected that screen, all you've got is the data line and the shielding line. So you need to apply 6 volts to this. But obviously cars don't run on 6 volts. So now you've got to get power from somewhere, but reverse switched power and then take it down to 6 volts. And I thought there must be reverse switching on here. Even if there's a 12 volt output, I can get a 12 to 6 volt voltage changer, but there has to be a reverse voltage coming out of there somewhere. So I'll have to look into that now. Okay, exciting, we're getting somewhere. I looked into this and I've got the old multimeter out. I've been testing all these connections and it turns out, I disconnected that, black is negative, red is switched live, brown is reverse. Now when you put the car into reverse, that goes live, so 13 point something volts to 14 point something volts. So all we need to do, that brown should probably go into there somewhere, that one there I imagine. So what we need to do is to splice into that line and fit a voltage to 6 volt converter. And then once we've got that, we can run that into that and then run the signal and shield from that into this. Might sound confusing, but it is. I've just got to now go and find a voltage to 6 volt converter. Remember, the thing that was stopping us before was the connections for that. So we needed to connect into that. Well, they actually turned up from America within a couple of days. So that's fairly surprising. Got the pins there just to prove that they're going. Nice. So what I've got to do now is connect that, 2 pins of that, and then connect the black wire, and it's one of these wires in there. I think it's the pink wire. Right. Go back to on that again into there. Once you connect it all up, the reversing camera should work. I should obviously also point out, of course, that as mentioned before, the reversing output on this is 12 volts, but the car uses a 6 volt system, so you will need something like this that turns the 12 volts, well actually this one does anything between, I think it's 9 and 20 something volts, changes it down to 6. Yeah, you'll need one of those. Just got to work out which, oh there you go, yeah that's the input. 12 volts goes to that end, and then the regulated 6 volts comes out that side. I'll have a little double check just in case. Black one is definitely the ground, and it's the go-to over, and the brown one, that's the reverse. Right, let me tell you now, dealing with that connector, what a pain. It took me about an hour and a half just to put 4 terminals in that. The 12 to 6 volt connector is connected to the earth and the reverse. Video connector and the shield for the thing is connected to that. So we just need to connect it all up and hopefully it works. Right, key in, key on, reverse. Brilliant. That's exactly what I'm seeing at the back. Right, I might try and change the reversing camera settings maybe. Oh, we're getting there. We can almost see something. NTSC. Yeah, there you go. Sweet. Right, well, it's an NTSC camera. That's the setting you require. So apart from that, what I'll do now is plug all the easy stuff in, and obviously put in the proper surround. Plug in the microphone. You can run the microphone right around the outside and have it up there somewhere if you really wanted to, but last time, you know, considering that is going to be, oh no, don't lose those. That is going to be sitting in there. It's very easy just to connect the microphone just on the side of it, because when you're driving, it can look right at you. And you get quite a good sound out of it. Oh, I'm glad that works anyway. When you come out of reverse, that's how long it takes until it goes back to the main screen. Reverse delays, obviously how long it takes to actually bring up the screen. Reverse mode, not a clue. Stamp out, not a clue. Not 3 lines, not a clue. Obviously you can also change it up and down. In case you've got your eyes in upside down, or if you live in Australia, and left and right, obviously he swaps it around the wrong way. Now that's what I actually see if I look at the back. So, but then if I try to reverse away from it, I'm going to hit it. So we are going to need to do that. So you consider that the blue car is on my right, and my right is the blue car. So it looks like that is the only ones we need to do. It's not AHD and power's flickery. So yeah, NTSC. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting this one because it's so much better than the standard TomTom. And I've said it before. Yeah, the quality of the screen is really, really good.
Singing is the basis of all music. It's where it all came from.
Oh yes, yes.
All of us, however badly we sing, if we love music, we want to sing.
Oh yes, we love music. We love to sing. Fuck off. Yeah, right. Since the reversing lines weren't the ones that move like, with the original version, as you move the steering wheel, the lines move. They're pretty pointless, to be honest. But because they don't move on this one, you can just take them out. So makes the reverse line ruler. Yeah, they're pretty pointless because that's not set up for this particular car. And as you turn the steering wheel, nothing changes, so they're not dynamic. You might as well not bother. And you can't adjust them in any way, so they might as well be gone. So there you go, go and buy one. It's pretty good.